Are you serious? How do you forget?
Call to order the 2020 annual meeting of the Alliance on Mental Illness of Racine County. I think you can all see the order of proceedings for this evening. There'll be some brief comments from myself. And for those of you who may not know me, I'm Pat Bohan, currently the president of the board of directors. Then we'll have also some remarks from our executive director, Michelle Gehring, and program director, Nicole Smart. Subsequent to that, we will announce the results of our election, first ever online and mail-in ballot election in the history of our organization for members of the board of directors. We'll take a moment to recognize a couple of outgoing members of the board of directors. We will leave some time for any questions or discussion items prior to adjournment. So the annual meeting of NAMI Racine County provides us with the opportunity to both, and if you could mute.
I just muted everybody.
Nicole, you muted Pat.
Pat, you have to unmute yourself.
What do you think? This is going pretty well so far, would you agree? So in any event, sorry about that. Yeah, we have to mute everyone, or there can be feedback. So, but we'll unmute you if you have questions or comments as we progress through the order of proceedings. So obviously the annual meeting gives us the opportunity to both assess the current state of our organization and discuss the path forward. In the interest of health and safety of our members, for the first time in our history, as you all well know, we're conducting the annual meeting in a virtual format. So thank you for your patience with that and for attending this evening. We hope to resume an in-person or hybrid format in 2021. So hopefully we'll all be together again in person next year. In summary, the last 12 months have been marked by both significant achievements for NAMI Racine County and some notable new beginnings. And I'd like to just spend a few moments kind of covering some of our significant achievements, as well as some of the new beginnings that have occurred since we last convened in May of 2019. As many of you know, in 2019, we celebrated 40 years of advancing our core mission of providing education, advocacy, and support so people affected by mental illness can build better lives. Outreach and peer-led education programming geared toward youth and young adults expanded significantly during the past 12 months. Two examples are the rapid growth of the NAMI Signature Education Program aimed at youth, Ending the Silence, and the advent of the virtual Teen Talk support group in recent months. Two other significant milestones we should celebrate are that we completed the 15th session of crisis intervention training for law enforcement professionals, so-called CIT, last October, and session number 19 of crisis intervention partner training, CIP, for professionals in related crisis services. The convergence of public education and advocacy remains one of the pillars of our movement. The Public Forum on Mental Health, co-hosted with Representative Greta Neubauer in early March, brought together community stakeholders who examined the continuing negative impact of stigma on the quality of life of people affected by mental illness. One unifying theme of the event was the continued imperative to build and fortify community coalitions to eradicate stigma and discrimination, while also actively supporting increased public investments in evidence-based recovery-oriented treatment and services. NAMI Racine County continues to advance an inclusive agenda based on community and organizational collaboration. Some recent examples. and this is not the full list, include increased coordination with NAMI Kenosha County in delivering education and support programming, significant progress in that area in recent months, continuing partnerships with Racine County public and private schools in providing crucial peer-led education to youth and young adults. The 2020 Mental Health Month virtual education series, Mental Health Care Across the Lifespan, which will conclude this Thursday, a 3-part series offered through virtual platform. NAMI Racine remains focused on expanding community collaborations and partnership to eradicate discrimination against people affected by mental illness. This is a key priority for us. Greater emphasis on collective efforts will advance the emerging consensus that accessible, adequate mental health services must remain one of our community's top priorities. There were also new beginnings at NAMI Racine County during the past 12 months. Michelle Gehring joined us as Executive Director in January after an extensive search, and we're delighted to have Michelle with us and look forward to hearing from her in a few moments. Michelle has provided steady leadership during these unprecedented times. She brings a highly collaborative approach to the position. And of course, as mentioned earlier, this aligns closely with one of our primary objectives of building coalitions and partnerships to advance the NAMI mission while achieving wider and deeper community impact. Allison Clark also joined NAMI Racine County as the Education and Community Outreach Coordinator in the last 12 months. Her experience and perspective will be instrumental in guiding NAMI Racine as you reach out to previously underserved constituencies. We are pleased that Nicole Smart continues in the role of Program Director as our education support programs continue to gain traction and evolve to remain relevant as we move into the next decade of this century. Joan Kudowitz continues as our highly effective office manager with over 20 years of service to NAMI Racine County, which we also celebrated in the last 12 months. This talented and dedicated team, and I witness it daily, is to be commended for rapidly adjusting to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, shifting several vital NAMI services to online or other platforms in recent months. So thank you for your energy and your innovation and your willingness to continue to advance our agenda and mission under challenging circumstances. The Board of Directors also acknowledges the role of Jackie Hartley and her service as interim executive director prior to the hiring of Michelle. Her guidance and leadership, closely consulting with the executive committee and board of directors in developing and enacting a new operational plan aligned with our core mission, was invaluable during a time of leadership transition. So we definitely owe a debt of gratitude to Jackie as well. NAMI Racine County is currently financially stable. However, we are closely monitoring revenues and expenses as we strive to assess the full implications of COVID-19 on traditional revenue sources in the weeks and months ahead. NAMI Racine, as many of you know, has initiated a direct appeal this spring, in part due to immediate revenue loss experienced when our fundraising event, A Night Out with NAMI, originally scheduled for May, was rescheduled to September 25th. Contingency planning is ongoing if public gathering restrictions or other conditions require this event to shift to a virtual or hybrid format. The NAMI Racine County vision of a compassionate community where all people affected by mental illness can live healthy, fulfilling lives remains our North Star today, as it was for our founders over 40 years ago. Our operating plan, based on the core components of education, awareness, advocacy, and support, gives us unity of purpose to realize this vision. During this time of heightened anxiety, isolation, depression, post-traumatic stress, the NAMI mission is more crucial to our community than ever. Our opportunity to convey the message that NAMI is here has never been greater. The NAMI movement remains resilient and innovative, poised to support the mental health needs of our community during these unprecedented times. I now have the distinct pleasure of introducing to our first annual meeting and first virtual annual meeting, our Executive Director, Michelle Gehring. Michelle?
Thanks, Pat. Thank you, Julie. Hi, everyone. As many of you know, I'm Michelle Gehring. A few of you here knew me when I was Michelle Jansta. I'm the new Executive Director as of January 2020. I've been happy to share a bit about my background in the NAMI newsletters and on social media. As Pat mentioned, NAMI has a strong collaboration with many community agencies. And it's been great working with them, at first in person, and now via continued, of course, Zoom and virtual meetings. My prime focus tonight is to update everyone on NAMI's outreach and groups. NAMI Racine County continues to offer our 7 strong support groups. 3 NAMI peer support groups, the NAMI family support group, the SOS, or survivors of a loved one's suicide, and the Teen Talk support group. With the limitations in place in March due to COVID, we transferred these groups to a digital platform with Zoom. The virtual Zoom meetings are doing well and allow us to remain connected to our community. We also continue to make strides on the education front. Allison and Nicole conduct public presentations and attend health fairs in a variety of venues, including Racine Unified Schools, Gateway Technical College, and Racine Correctional Facilities. We are hopeful these things will be up and running soon. Nicole Smart and Allison Clark make weekly presentations on the adult unit of mental health at Ascension All Saints, and also organize and participate in recovery panel presentations for Gateway Technical College's students in the Associate Degree Nursing Program. We are looking forward to adding other nursing programs when schools resume. The NAMI peer-to-peer recovery education course that was taught in the summer of 2018 led to 2 of the course graduates, Julie Nondorf and Wendy Chick, taking the facilitator training and then teaching it for us in fall of 2019. The NAMI peer-to-peer recovery education course that was scheduled for this spring of 2020, like many things, will have to be rescheduled as able. Ending the Silence continues to be a great success for us. As Pat mentioned, before schools closed this year, we had made over 50 presentations in Racine County middle and high schools. The program is presented by a peer youth presenter and a lead presenter who is a peer or family member. NAMI Racine County's Ending the Silence presenters are Nicole Smith, Paula Citro, and Stephanie Massey, Allison Clark, Himali Patel, and Marissa Piccolo. NAMI is currently working on a way that we can potentially offer these services digitally, if need be, in the upcoming school year. We also had some wonderful special events. NAMI Racine County collaborates, as we mentioned, with a variety of agencies, including the Collaborative on Children's Mental Health, or C2MH, Racine Friendship Clubhouse, Focus on Community, Healthcare Network, and Visioning a Greater Racine. NAMI Racine's annual peer picnic was held in July 2019. Brats, hot dogs, potato salad, beans, and dessert were served to over 100 individuals who were in attendance. The first full week of October was Mental Health Awareness Week, and to honor that, NAMI Racine County began the week with a Go Green rally on Monday, followed by an opening of the 40 years of NAMI Racine County exhibit at the Racine Heritage Museum on Tuesday. On Wednesday, at the Golden Rondell, was screened the documentary You're Not Alone, featuring a student from right here in Racine. And we ended the week with a health fair at Gateway Technical College. We closed out our calendar year with our annual holiday party for individuals living with a mental illness. NAMI Racine County, in partnership with North Point United Methodist Church, hosted our sit-down meal and provided a gift to each attendee. And this year, we're happy to say that over 125 individuals attended the event. Let me now turn things over to our wonderful program director, Nicole Smart, for a few words.
Oh, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and once again, thank you for joining us. COVID has changed things for us and everyone tremendously, but what hasn't changed is the need the community has for us and the heart we have for our community. That's why in the past few months, my focus has been to make sure our support groups are still going and we are remaining connected the best we can. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the contributions of our dedicated members and volunteers. Without them and their support, we wouldn't be able to do what we are doing. Our volunteers and members are the heart of NAMI Racine County. They help to improve the lives of people affected by mental illness by sharing their personal experiences, their talents, and skills. We thank them from the bottom of our hearts for everything that they've done and they continue to do for NAMI Racine County. And now I am going to turn it back to Pat.
Thank you, Michelle and Nicole. And again, thank you for your tremendous efforts advancing the mission of NAMI Racine County. So as part of our new beginnings, we are pleased to announce that 4 new members to our board of directors have been elected by the membership. So please join me in welcoming these 4 new members to our board of directors. And I think all of you are involved with the meeting, but we'll let you introduce yourselves toward the end here. Rich Sosa, Chris Varanth, Gretchen Warner, and Patricia Wojciechowski. Congratulations on your election to the board of the National Alliance on Mental Illness of Racine County. Thank you for agreeing to help us advance the NAMI mission with your respective talents and energies. In addition, Julie Filer, Kim Granger, Ron Tatum, and myself have been elected to serve additional terms. Officers of the board will be voted on by the entire board of directors at the June meeting, later in June. Please join me in thanking the nominating committee consisting of Marta Kulchin, Amy Ray, and John Circutich for their efforts in recruiting and submitting the slate of candidates. Thank you very much. Please also join me in thanking Marta Kulchin and Pam DeGroot for their years of dedicated service on the NAMI Racine County Board of Directors. Most recently, Marta has served as Vice President, Chair of the Operations and Nominating Committee. Marta is the epitome of a selfless, quiet, but extremely effective volunteer leader and board member. Her passion for both the NAMI mission and the welfare of all people involved is abundantly clear, both through her words and actions. NAMI Racine County has greatly benefited from her service. While Marta will be ending her service on the board of directors, we look forward to her continued involvement in other capacities in the future. Thank you, Marta. Pam has supported the NAMI movement through active participation in events like auctions, raffles, and the bike and hike. Her positive demeanor and energetic support for the NAMI mission were tremendous attributes during her service on the board. We greatly appreciate her service on the board, and we look forward to her continued involvement with NAMI Racine County in the future. Thank you, Pam. I'd like to shift now to the questions open forum portion of the order of proceedings. And as a starting point, if I could ask any of our new board members who are in attendance just to unmute and briefly introduce yourselves, That would be greatly appreciated. I think I saw at least 3 of you, if not all 4 of you, on the participants list here. So Gretchen, Rich, Patricia.
Can you hear me?
Hello, Patricia. Yes. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties.
No worries. Well, welcome to the board of directors. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
That's all right. My husband's not here to fix it, so we just have to deal with this little echo.
Understand. Welcome to the board. We're pleased that you're joining us and look forward to your involvement.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be part of it.
Great, thank you. Gretchen or Richard?
I'm here.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, Pat. I just thanks for having me, and I'm really excited to be a part of this, and in whatever capacity and whatever way I can help, that's why I'm here.
Thank you. We're delighted to, that you'll be involved with the board of directors and look forward to working with you. Thank you for
Likewise.
agreeing to participate. Gretchen, are you out there? Somewhere in Zoom land? She may be having technical difficulties as well, so. Any other attendees have questions or comments to share in our open forum portion?
Hi, this is Chris Varanth. I don't know if you can see me at all. I don't know how to do the.
Oh, great.
video.
I apologize. I didn't see you out there.
Well,
Welcome.
I don't know how to put myself on the camera. I don't know. I'll have to read up on it. It's my first Zoom meeting.
Yeah, we're, and Zoom has its advantages. In some cases, there are some technical challenges and sometimes there's some reverberation. So
It's okay. I hope I get to meet some of you guys in person.
We're hoping that'll occur later in June, possibly at 6 feet. We'll have to kind of navigate
Yeah.
the whole situation.
Yes.
The board has met via Zoom previously. So we'll be communicating how we're going to proceed with that, but it will be cautiously, and obviously we want to be extremely aware of the health and safety of all of our members, including board members. So
Yes. And
welcome.
thanks for welcoming me. I'm looking forward to it.
My pleasure. Thank you. And several people are applauding, just so you know. But
Oh, good. Thank
well
you
as
all. Thank you.
Richard and Patricia. So Gretchen, are you out there, or am I misinterpreting this?
She's there. I can see her. I don't know if, for anybody who isn't very familiar with Zoom, if you go usually in the left-hand corner of your screen, there should be a microphone and a video camera. If you click on those, you should be able to get, you can mute and unmute and then stop and start your video. If that's available. So just, scroll down to the left corner of your screen and you should be able to have that option. Sometimes, there she is. Yeah, there's
Hello.
Chris.
Well, that's Chris. All right, you're on camera. Very good. Good to see you.
I wonder if Gretchen doesn't have a microphone. That might be her issue.
Yeah, if it's not a laptop, she may not be able to.
Understand.
Yeah. But yeah, they're just a little tip. Hi, Chris.
As you can all see, this is a well-oiled machine at NAMI Racine County. So, but we try to navigate all these changes as best we can. So, any other comments from any of the board members, other members in attendance, staff?
I just wanted to say hi, Chris. I know you can't see me because my video doesn't work, but I'm excited to work with you again.
This is Julie. I would love it if the new board members could tell us a little bit about what their passion is, what their specialties are.
Sure.
I'd love to know that.
Great.
You want me to start?
Sure.
So, I am new to the world of real estate. I was in accounting for 150 years or so, and made a career change. I paired up with my husband in real estate, but I feel like I'm very connected to many different people, many different groups of people, and hopefully some of that to you guys. Illness has touched my family, recently a friend suicide. But I think a very important thing that, you know, used to be kind of hushed in the past. I'm hoping that I can help the city, the county, and all of you.
Well, thank you for sharing. Patricia or Richard?
I can go. So I'm doing audio and video on 2 different devices, so just make sure you guys can hear me.
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. So I actually also just made a career change, leaving healthcare after 15 years. Spent most of that time at Ascension right here in Racine, and just have a passion for serving my community. Graduated last May with a bachelor's from Parkside, and spent time studying homelessness and housing, and kind of course, the mental illness aspect that comes into play with many of our community members who are struggling with that. So I actually just took a position. I start next week at a nonprofit as an executive director. I can't share where yet, but after next week I should be able to, and I'm really excited to just see what we can do together going forward, and how we can just really maximize on the relationships that I've built with the community.
Great. Thank you. Hey, Richard?
I'll go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so right now, for the past 7 years, I'd say I've been a youth minister. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a kind of a dual role. I'm director of youth ministry and director of worship. So on the weekends, I'm like Peter Brady with 2 dates. And we, you know, we do a lot with the middle school and high school teens. I have a core team of about 12 adults that are passionate about youth. And one of the things that I always like to tell people, I wasn't always involved in the community, and I wasn't always big on volunteering, but it's always somebody that asks. Asking is important, because if someone hadn't asked at my parish to go to the soup kitchen like 12 years ago, I don't know if I would be right now involved in what I do. But somebody asked me and my family, and since then, you know, we've been on, you know, 13, 14 mission trips all over the country, and serving the homeless, and it's one of the things that we do a lot with my youth group, is that we do build relationships with people who are experiencing homelessness, and obviously there's connection here. And whether it's in New York or Chicago or New Mexico or Kenosha and Racine, one of the important things that I try to convey to my church and my youth is that we're all the same. We're all experiencing different things, but we are all experiencing things. So there's this community. That's something I'm very passionate about. But before that, I was before what I do now, and I still do it, not as much, but I'm a film producer. I've done a lot of marketing. I've done a lot of event planning. I have my own business, and I dabble in race directing and different things like that. So, I mean, I love bringing community together. Marta has been a big help for me. She's one of my big role models, and someone I look up to. So it's really great to have her here. And Michelle and I go way back. And so, you know, I don't know. I just kind of want to sit back and see what where there's need, and for anybody to pat me on the back and say, hey, Rich, what do you think of this, or whatever. You know, I don't want to just charge in, but I want to charge in. So anyway, that's all.
Go ahead, Rich. That's what I did.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
And I'll give, I think maybe Gretchen does not have a microphone access, so. Oh, there she is.
Can you hear me now?
I can, perfect. And I can
Oh,
see you as
wow.
well. Welcome.
We've been working on this and finally got it taken care of, I guess.
Great, thank you, Gretchen.
Well, thanks. I'm delighted to join the board, and Marta was also a big help for me and somebody who got me interested in being on the board. And I guess you know that I've been on several boards already. That was in my biography. Here in Racine, most recently, I was on the Racine Unified School Board for about 8 years and really enjoyed that. And I'm retired now. I went out to Arizona for about 5 years, but I came back because we really missed Racine, and we've got family here and a lot of friends. So I love the community a lot, and I've been very interested in NAMI because I'm a bipolar person myself. So I really see the need for NAMI, and I'm really excited about helping with whatever NAMI needs help with.
Right. Well, thank you. And thanks again to all of our new board members. We're looking forward to your energy, ideas, enthusiasm to help us build on the momentum that we've established and move forward. So looking forward to all of your involvement. So thank you for telling us a little more about your stories. It's appreciated. Any other questions from the members, other members of the board? Questions, comments, open forum discussion items?
I have another one. How quickly can Marta come back on the board? Is it 1 year?
I think that's correct.
I think we might be recruiting her already.
Julie has some experience with that. She was terminated.
They're not really getting rid of me. I will still be around, just so you know. You're not really getting rid of me yet.
If nothing else, she's got to monitor my activities, so that's a full-time job. So, but in any event, other questions, comments? All right. Hearing no other business, no other questions or comments, do I have a motion to adjourn the annual meeting?
I motion to adjourn the annual meeting.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. The 2020 annual meeting of the Alliance on Mental Illness of Racine County is adjourned. The first and hopefully the only ever Zoom meeting, Zoom version. But thank you for participating, and we look forward to your continued involvement and as we advance the mission. And everyone have a safe and great evening. Thank you much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks everybody. Have a good
Joan,
night.
we missed your meatballs.
Yes, and the treats.
And your treats.
Next time. We'll just do a potluck when we can all get together. Something like that.
They took your conference.
Okay, sounds good.